good, YouTube guys? Welcome back to my channel. I was thinking today that I really need to improve with consistency on this channel. It's just too infrequent. So I've made a note in my journal as of today that I want to upload twice a week, without any excuses, without any delays or setbacks. Consistency is the key in anything, right? Not just YouTube, whatever you're doing in life. You go into the gym, what do you need? Consistency. You want to grow a business, what do you need? Consistency. You want to improve a skill, what do you need? Consistency. So very simple, right? It's not rocket science. So thank you for clicking on the video. As you saw in the subject, I wanted to make a part 2 to the first video, celibacy versus in relationship, because after some reflection and watching back the video, I realized that the video was a little bit all over the place. It can happen, your mind can go to different places throughout the video. Yes, you have certain ideas in your head, but sometimes you forget about them or other things pop up. So for, let me do part 2 and touch on some topics that I didn't touch on in the first one. And there was a couple of you that actually reached out, and a few of you are also celibate, which is good to hear, from a female friendship group, not from a male friendship group. Unfortunately, my friend or my business partner Jimmy, he's also celibate. Yeah, I've put him on that, so well done to you, bro. I keep pushing. But apart from him, we need more men to be celibate and to work on themselves. Literally, is too much of the opposite. It's too much of simping and chasing women for instant gratification and not really understanding what is a sexual impulse and how to control them. Very serious matter. All right, so a friend of mine reached out to me and said, Angel, I liked your video, and what she wanted to add was that if you compare celibacy versus relationship, there are two different experiences. For example, when you are celibate, you are spending a lot of time on your own. That is true, right? Regardless whether you have a busy social life, busy work life, you still, if you were to compare to relationship, spend majority of your time on your own, right? Which is a good thing, because when you're on your own, you really get to think about your flaws, things you need to work on, areas you need to improve on. You can perhaps see the direction that you heading into, the future for yourself, your goals, your aspirations, right? That's what isolation does. That's what Nikola Tesla did. In isolation, he became a genius. Not just being in isolation, you need to be working on yourself, right? But it definitely does. Then for those who don't know, by the way, Nikola Tesla was a lifetime celibate. Isn't that incredible? When I hear about people like that, I'm like, wow, like what's my 4 years? Look, we've got lifetime celibates out here. That's like, that's real role models. Like, if you ask me, that's like, I don't know, that's massive. When I hear things like that, I'm just, I don't know, amazed at the level of discipline, at the commitment that someone can do to themselves. And look what he's been able to achieve. Those Tesla cars that you've probably ridden in or got one or seen people have. I mean, every day you see Tesla on roads, one of the best vehicles in modern day. They were named after Nikola Tesla. Incredible. Like, he totally deserves his own car line, 100%, without shadow of a doubt. And I think Isaac Newton was also celibate, but don't quote me on that. I need to do my research. And one of the biggest celibates that were out there is the great Malcolm X, the one and only. By the way, I've got back into reading recently, 15 minutes a day. So I was kind of like halfway through the book. You can see the page note. So need to get back on this. But Malcolm X was celibate from the moment he entered the prison until he got married. So I think he entered the prison at the age of 20 and he got married at the age of 33, 33 or 32. So that's 12 years of pure celibacy, of pure semen retention, of pure commitment and dedication to his craft, to his religion, to his God. That is incredible. Like, I love Malcolm X. I don't know, to me, he's just like, number one role model out there. Like, when I think about Malcolm X, like, what's one thing that's missing about Malcolm X is that he didn't have he wasn't working out, like he wasn't like in a gym pushing weights or like doing sports whatever, but he had a greater, he wasn't doing those things because his purpose was to unite all black people on planet Earth, something that American government were very scared of, hence why they had to get rid of him. So he had a greater purpose, so I can let him off on that one. Yeah, but naturally, he was a very handsome man. Lots of women were interested in him. He looked sharp, he looked good, and that's why there were lots of gossips that those women created about him, that Malcolm X was gay, because Malcolm X didn't give them any attention. He was strictly professional with them, and when you give women that type of attention, they don't know how to react to it. So guess what they're gonna say? They're gonna say you're gay. Yeah, I've been called that as well. So yeah, by the way, that's how it goes. Women are so used to men being dogs, so when they don't receive that, it's automatically that. Like, anyway, I'm like sidetracking here a little bit. It's supposed to be celibacy versus in relationship, but it's all relatable. It's all something that along the subject. So it's not like sidetracking completely into a different field. It's still we can relate. And another thing that my friend mentioned, that when you are on your own, you go through a healing process, a deep healing process. When you are in a relationship, you're also healing. But when you're on your own, God is the closest entity, the closest being that is in your life. If you're on the right healing path, not just in isolation or doing anything, because celibacy is a very deep spiritual practice. So purifying your temple will automatically ignite that fire inside of you to seek deeper knowledge for why we're here, because automatically you're not longer chasing instant gratification. So you have dopamine that's been reserved, right? Endorphin levels. All of a sudden you go outside and the nature is beautiful, the birds singing, you're like fascinated by small things. Before that you were so oblivious, you were so like caught up in a lower chakra, you were so depleted that you had no energy, like you were so vibing so low that you had no energy to pay attention to what's out there, what's in the world, to seek greater purpose. So that's what it does, being alone, being celibate. You can go through a deep spiritual healing, total reset, connect with the Most High, search, seek, you speak power into your life, positive affirmations, all of those things. You've got time to work on yourself. In a relationship, yes, you are together, right? But many people, they're scared to, whenever they get with someone, they're scared to open up about their spirituality. It's almost like your spiritual world is your private world. Like, you don't tell your partner about that. Whereas, like, that should be together. Both of you should be growing, evolving together as individuals, right? Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. But what happens is one partner drains the energy of the other, and then that spiritual healing, that spiritual connection just stops. But the relationship, like I said, the spiritual intimate act is spiritual. So spirituality is a massive part of the relationship that majority overlook. Majority just look at the physical. Okay, yes, it's important to see like what man can provide, whatever, like it's just how it is. But the spiritual just takes the back seat. It's no longer important. And I think that's the problem with a lot of relationships. Spirituality is not a thing. So these are two different experiences. Celibacy, focusing on your own, together in a relationship, focusing on us. It's a unity, right? Both demanding, and both are challenging. Both are very challenging. I couldn't say one is easier than the other. Both are hard to do for their own reasons. Obviously, me being celibate, I can speak about celibacy from, real experience, from current time, right now, how I feel, how it makes me feel. Yes, it's tempting. Yes, sometimes you may feel like, an atomic bomb, sexual energy is all over the place. You feel like exploding, but you have to control that. You have to maneuver that, And I saw this one reel of this lady. I shared it on my story. Maybe some of you saw it. This lady said, "No one has died from being single, so be happily single, like in peace." And that is so true. And so many people died because of being associated or being with the wrong person. And that is so true. Like being with the wrong person can drag your life into places you don't even want to know. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, it can totally destroy you. It can just ruin you. How many men are in jail right now for being with the wrong person, for not controlling their emotions, whatever, for raising their hand on the partner, or jealousy, or whatever? Like, there's so many factors that go into it. Like, when we go to school, no one teaches us how to manage relationships. Like, this is something that we learn on our own. Sometimes our parents don't teach us. Sometimes we just left to our own devices to find out. And the majority never go through that healing, so they never find out. So that's why they're big babies, like the big adults, big men that are babies. Anyways, guys, I'm mindful of this video. Don't want it to be too long. So if you made it to the end, please subscribe, like the video. Tell me what you think about celibacy. Like, give it a go. Like, honestly, like if you're single, like try it. Try it for at least 1 year. You got nothing to lose. It's an amazing experience, right? You're going to learn new things. You're going to, elevate in life, like spiritually, like to a next degree. I'm telling you, celibacy is a secret power. Like, this can make you a superwoman or superman. No wonder like all the celebrities are going celibate. Not all, but like 50 Cent, Lenny Kravitz was celibate for like a decade, or maybe 8 years or so. Who else is it? Omarion, from B2K. I think he's celibate. So many people are, and look to like what they're saying. Like, they're celibate at that age, the older generation, right? And I think the younger you go through this, the better you will feel, But at any age, you can, like I always said, I will be practicing celibacy all my life. Like, maybe eventually I'll have a girlfriend, get into a relationship, have a partner. That may work out, that may not work out. You never know, because you're dealing with another human being. But I will always be open to celibacy, and it's a beautiful lifestyle, and I wish you could experience it. And if you can, please give it a go, and you won't regret it. All right, guys, thank you for being here, and I see you in the next one.